What's going on all you gamers? Here we are back with some more Outriders, and today I'm going to be going over a few things, kind of addressing what they're going to be doing with the patch and what I think you guys and girls should be able to get out of it and how we should be able to make the best of it. Going forward for when the patch is released, that will give us more legendary loot, then stay tuned, that's coming up next. Welcome back all you guys and girls, as always for all things gaming, for all things Xbox, then why not hit that subscribe and bell icon. I'll be bringing all the latest and greatest in gaming content and hopefully a lot more Outriders and soon enough Dungeons and Dragons Dark Alliance as well, so if any of that interests you, why not hit that subscribe and bell icon. But for today I'm just going to be going over quickly what we can expect from the patch, if I think it's going to be any good when it comes out, and how we may be able to kind of use it to our favour as such. So in case you don't know, what People Can Fly have now said is that they have realised that the buffs definitely need to be there for the legendary loot drops. As such, they're going to be implementing a 100% legendary loot drop across the board. That right there is absolutely amazing. They're doing a few other things where certain helmet types that are not for your character classes also drop. But I'm not going to go over that today. What I'm going to go over is how we can kind of make this work in our favour. So say for example you're doing the CT14s or CT15s, now when you're doing them you should almost hand on heart definitely after a few runs you should be getting more gold drops. If you're not, something has gone significantly wrong again with their latest patch. So once it is out, it should mean there is a significant increase in how many golden drops you're getting, how many legendary loot types you're getting, and of course, they're now more than ever, the best thing in my eyes is the fact that they've said about the rerolls. If your character has it in his stash already, the legendary that drops will re-roll. Now, I would almost hazard a guess 100% that you're not going to see that, it's going to be an internal reroll. So basically, if an item's going to drop and it's something you've already got in your stash or on your character, then it's just going to re-roll it before it drops, and hopefully it will give you that extra chance at something new being dropped. This right here for me is amazing. It means it's going to be able to be much more viable to gear up. You're going to be getting those last pieces that you've really been after for an absolute age. I know you're all out there the same as me, and there's that one piece that's eluding you, whether it be like myself, the Lava Lich helmet, or the Torturer's mask, or even, of course, everybody's favourite that a lot of people are struggling with, the Death Shield. The reroll function with the extra 100% loot rate should mean that you should be able to gear up on those really hard to find pieces a lot easier. Obviously it's not guaranteed, it doesn't mean you're going to jump on, do two kind of expeditions and if you haven't got it, well the game's broke. No, it's not going to work like that, but it should mean you have much more of a chance, especially because of the rerolls. If you're getting 6 drops and all of those reroll, there's a good chance that you'll get something you need. If you don't, hopefully on the next run. Obviously, like I said, RNG is RNG. It doesn't mean every single time you're going to go out there and get 6-7 golds. It's not going to work like that. You might get 2 or 3 in some, you might get 6 to 9 in another. Who knows? But it will definitely be an improvement, and the internal rerolls that you're getting should definitely help people to gear up. Another thing you need to realise, now it's much more viable to run with your friend or anyone else as another character. Now is definitely the time to start your other character classes if you've been trying with them and you've had no luck, or you just fancy trying another character class. Now will definitely be, or I say now, as soon as the patch is out, which I hope will be Thursday, fingers crossed, but we'll wait and see on that. But then will definitely be the time to try your best and see if you can get another class up and run with them. You should be able to gear them up much easier, you should be able to gear your main class up much easier, it should be a lot more fun, and it should be a lot more rewarding. Now, like I said, there are a few things that you can do that should be able to help you. Now, I'm only going from what I've read on Reddit themselves, so I may be wrong, but it says if your character has certain things in the loot, then basically it's going to do the rerolls. From their statement, it basically says that if a character has an item in their stash, their shared stash of sorts, or on their actual character, for example their inventory, those are the ones that have the chance of rerolls. So like I'm saying, if you want to make sure that you narrow the field and make things a lot easier for yourself, then chuck everything you can into your stash that you don't want them to actually have, that you don't want them to have the chance of acquiring quite as easily, and of course chuck it over to your alternate character, and that way when you're playing with them, hopefully they'll be getting a lot more class specifics. If, on the other hand, you wanted a certain item, so say for example you were after an amber vault or a death shield and you already had one, make sure it is out of your shared vault and make sure it is on an alternative character and the one you're playing with doesn't have it. That way there's a lot more chance of them getting that item again and you being able to re-roll it to a really high, nice standard. Now obviously this is a bit of guesswork, I am just going from how they've kind of worded things. They basically said it was if it was in your own character's stash or on that person. It didn't say anything about a camp band. So to me that sounds like if you're trying to get class specific items, chuck across your legendary weapons and stuff from one character to another, and that way it will know that you've got them, and if that drops for that character you'll at least get the reroll function kicking in, meaning you've got a good chance of it being another legendary that you haven't already got. This should really work in your favour for starting those 2nd, 3rd, 4th classes, and it should make the game a lot easier and fun. Right, well you gamers, just a quick one today. That's just a few hints and tips from me. As always, this is a little bit of guesswork at the moment because we're still a little ways off before the patch, but that's how I'm reading it. Let me know in the comments if you thought of any great ideas that could kind of help things out, and if I've botched up and I've missed a kind of note somewhere that's saying that's not how it is, let me know as well. But as always guys and girls, for all things Xbox, for all things gaming, take care, I'll see you on next day.